I admit I done made some mistakes, and I have some imperfect ways. That shit ain't right. How they gon' say I don't respect these women when all I've done is represent? Take my career and turn it upside down, cause you met I've got some girlfriends.
Tonight, his attorney, Steven Greenberg, is speaking out to ABC News.
Is there anything that you'd like to say on behalf of your client to set the record straight about, all of the allegations that are being made against him?
None of this is criminal. The state's attorney is on TV asking for people to come out of the woodwork and do what? Complain that he mistreated them a little bit here or there, or he talked to them improperly. I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. There are no underage victims. There are no sexual assault victims. There are no victims of domestic violence that they're going to find. It just didn't ever happen.
Earlier today, Lady Gaga became the latest high-profile artist to speak out against R. Kelly, writing on Twitter, "I stand behind these women 1,000%. Believe them, know they are suffering and in pain, and feel strongly that their voices should be heard and taken seriously." Gaga also addressed her 2013 collaboration with Kelly, "Do What You Want With My Body," performed here on SNL. While the music video for the song was so controversial, it was never formally released. A 30-second clip was leaked to TMZ. At the time, Gaga defended working with Kelly.
Both R. Kelly and I have sometimes very untrue things written about us. So, in a way, this was a bond between us.
A year after working with Kelly, Gaga revealed that she herself was a survivor of sexual assault and has now become an outspoken advocate.
I am myself a survivor.
Tell me how the hell could you know?
Performing her ballad, "Till It Happens to You," for the documentary The Hunting Ground at the 2016 Oscars. By the emotional appearance of sexual assault survivors coming out of the shadows. Last year, at an event, Elle Women in Hollywood, Gaga revealed more about her pain.
After I was assaulted when I was 19, I changed forever. Part of me shut down for many years. I didn't tell anyone. I avoided it myself and felt shame even still today, standing in front of you. I feel shame for what happened to me.
The provocative song taking on a new level of controversy in light of the allegations against Kelly. Gaga is now apologizing. "I'm sorry, both for my poor judgment when I was young and for not speaking out sooner." In her statement today, Gaga tried to explain her mindset during the Kelly collaboration, saying, "As a victim of sexual assault myself, I made both the song and video at a dark time in my life. My intention was to create something extremely defiant and provocative because I was angry and still hadn't processed the trauma that had occurred in my own life. The song is called Do What You Want With My Body. I think it's clear how explicitly twisted my thinking was at that time." Gaga now vowing to remove the song from iTunes and streaming platforms.
It's almost hard to think of people, big stars from the last 20-odd years that he hasn't worked with. Everyone from Jay-Z to Celine Dion to Justin Bieber to Mary J. Blige to Maxwell, to lots of others. He's had a lot of protege acts as well.
Some now regret their decision. Chance the Rapper tweeted, "I apologize to all of his survivors for working with him and for taking this long to speak out." And just today, the band Phoenix, who collaborated with Kelly and performed together at Coachella Trying to Be Cool, tweeted, "We regret that we were not both more informed and more discerning when we worked with him previously." According to Nielsen, music streaming numbers for R. Kelly have doubled since the docuseries aired.
His name is out there, and people are just like, wow, I haven't played R. Kelly in a while.
As for the collaboration with Gaga, which had risen to number 11 on iTunes, it's now been removed. A spokesperson for a label confirms that the song Do What You Want is in the process of being taken down from other streaming services.
Book what you think about him personally, because we're not talking about that. But what we are talking about, him as a writer, performer, artist, producer, people that he has brought their careers back to life. We talking about from the eyes, he's revamping, bringing back Mr. Biggs and Charlie Wilson, like we gonna be Uncle Charlie, and working on that album from Kelly Price to Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end of the day, he had to do all of that with that dark cloud. But what kept him focused and kept him going is, I have to do this for my children to make sure that they are okay. Because he could have just went under a rock and hid and shit been in shambles and we be the fuck everywhere. But that didn't happen. So at the end of the day, I love him for that. I will always respect him for that. And he did it with grace in the height of the storm.
You've been representing R. Kelly for about a year. You say you spoke to him this morning. What was his reaction to that docuseries?
Well, he didn't watch the series. The series is trash TV. There's no reason to watch the series. It's a bunch of disgruntled people who are looking for their 15 minutes of TMZ fame.
So how would you characterize the allegations from multiple women, some who say they were involved with R. Kelly for years, and describe abuse sexually, emotionally, physical abuse? What do you make of those allegations?
Well, let's look at the allegations. Let's break them down. These were women who claimed that they were being essentially held hostage. When they were no longer hostage, no one ever reported anything. During the time they were supposedly being held hostage, no one ever reported anything. They were out in public. No one ever reported anything. Since then, no one has said that they had to seek any kind of special psychological counseling or otherwise. So the allegations are just a bunch of people who are on the bandwagon. They were living a rock and roll life. They were living with a famous person. And when they weren't anymore, now they're disgruntled and they're trying to get back in the limelight.
So
there's just no merit to it.
Do you believe all of these women are lying? I mean, in this era of Me Too, we now know that a lot of people have not come forward about sexual assault or sexual misconduct allegations for years. Do you really believe that all of these women are looking for their 15 minutes of fame, as you put it?
I believe that all of these women did exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted to be with Mr. Kelly. They were with Mr. Kelly. They were perfectly happy. They were perfectly consensual relationships. Whatever occurred, I'm not someone who should be judging, nor should any of us be judging someone else's personal relationship, what goes on in their bedroom. And now they're coming forward. I don't think that because it's the Me Too era, we should give any more credibility to these allegations. People have been making things up. People have been exaggerating. People have been making false accusations since the beginning of time. And because there's now some hashtag, that's not going to change.
Have you had any contact with the district attorney's offices that are looking into alleged victims who say they've been sexually abused or physically abused by R. Kelly?
Well, I haven't heard from anyone. I haven't heard from a police department. I haven't heard from a prosecutor's office. I have never heard from an attorney for a victim or an alleged victim. I haven't heard from anyone because there's no facts to back up these claims.
What has R. Kelly's reaction been to this docuseries, which you say he hasn't seen, but he's obviously heard about it?
His reaction is that he's disappointed that these women are doing this, that these families are doing it. They're ruining a talented musician's career. You know, when people wanted to be with R. Kelly, look at Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga in 2011, perfectly happy to sing a song with R. Kelly, perfectly happy to interact with him, and all of a sudden now she wants an Academy Award, and the du jour of the day is to diss R. Kelly, so now all of a sudden he's some terrible person. Nothing has changed. R. Kelly has been the same person all along.
Are you encouraging him to continue to book shows and sort of live his life as if none of this is happening? I guess what advice are you giving him right now?
What's he supposed to? Well, I mean, I'm a criminal defense lawyer, and I have the greatest client in the world because I have a client who hasn't committed any crime. So I don't have a lot of work to do as a criminal defense lawyer. He should live his life. He shouldn't go let these people ruin his life. They're ruining his career already. Go live his life. Go enjoy himself. This week is his birthday. Celebrate his birthday and do what he's been doing for the past 30 years, which is living his life, playing his music, writing music, doing shows, going out, and nothing illegal.
What does R. Kelly want people to know who believe the women, and even as you mentioned, Lady Gaga, artists who are now distancing themselves from him because of this sort of reemergence? You know, this isn't the first time that he's been accused of sexual misconduct allegations. But what do you think R. Kelly wants people to know who do believe those women?
I think what he wants them to do is look at the facts. And where are the facts? Where is a single piece of evidence? All of us should want to know, where is the evidence other than someone saying something? Where is any evidence? There isn't any, because he didn't do anything wrong. And that's what's so disappointing.
Just so I'm clear, did you watch all 6 hours of this docuseries?
I didn't watch 1 minute of it. I don't watch that kind of trash.
So you didn't see any of this, but you're convinced that all of these women are out here trying to get 15 minutes of fame and that they're not telling the truth. Is that what you're saying?
I have seen snippets of it. No, I've seen snippets of it. I've seen some of the interviews on it. I know who's behind it. I know the producer. You know, the producer never reached out to us and tried to get our take on things.
Well, throughout the docuseries, there were flashes of the fact that R. Kelly did not want to comment, that he denies ever having any non-consensual sexual relations with women. So, and that happened many times throughout it.
So let me ask.
But you're saying they never reached out to you? Are you saying Dream Hampton and those producers never reached out to you?
I never heard from them. That is correct. But if R. Kelly is saying, I never had non-consensual sex with any of these women, how is he supposed to prove that that's true? It's his word against their word.
Is he
right?
planning to talk or address the public himself?
Why are you believing them? Why are you believing them? Why don't you believe him? There's absolutely no evidence what they're saying is true. There's no evidence. Yet you're expecting him to produce evidence? The evidence is that no one went to the police, that no one sought any counseling, that no one came forward until these producers sought them out.
Is R. Kelly planning on giving any sort of news conference or addressing the public himself anytime soon? Has he thought about that?
Hopefully he will.
Do you think he plans to address the public soon?
I'm sure he will. If nothing else, I'm sure he'll write a song. And it'll be a big hit.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Kels, man. And first of all, I want to apologize to all my fans in Chicago and basically all around the world, wherever I'm performing at, and they cancel me. I don't know why they canceled the show. I never heard of a show being canceled because of rumors, but I guess it's the first time for everything, so I apologize to you guys. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to get to the bottom line of it, as far as my lawyers are concerned, to see exactly what happened and why I was canceled. Until then, man, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next come around. You understand? I hope you guys, don't put that on me. It ain't on me. All right? One.